welcome back to another episode of Movie Bracket Challenge.
This is my recap of Toy Story. It is a Disney/Pixar 1995 Disney movie. Pixar movie.
This will be a voiceover recap. Toy Story is a heartwarming animated film that takes place in a world where toys come to life when humans aren't around. The story centers on Woody, a cowboy doll who has long been the favorite toy of a young boy named Andy. Woody's world is turned upside down when Andy receives a new toy for his birthday, Buzz Lightyear, a Space Ranger action figure who believes he is a real Space Ranger. When Buzz Lightyear first arrives, Woody feels threatened by the new toy's popularity. This leads to a series of comedic and tense moments, including Woody accidentally knocking Buzz out the window. Then Woody gets knocked out of the window by the other toys because they think he knocked Buzz out on purpose. And Woody and Buzz end up in a car, then left at a gas station because they were fighting. So they hop in a Pizza Planet truck to try and catch up with Andy. Woody and Buzz's trip to Pizza Planet is filled with chaos. They get mistaken for prizes in a claw machine and are taken home by Sid, leading to their subsequent misadventures in his house. Now Sid lives next door to Andy. One of the most intense parts of the movie is when Woody and Buzz end up in Sid's house. Sid is a toy-torturing kid, and the duo must navigate his terrifying home and avoid being destroyed. In the climax of the movie, Buzz is strapped to a rocket by Sid. Woody and Buzz manage to escape, using the other toys in Sid's house to help them. It ends with Woody and Buzz flying through the air and landing safely in Andy's car. Throughout the movie, Woody and Buzz learn to overcome their differences and work together. This culminates in their final escape from Sid's house and their return to Andy. The film is a delightful blend of humor, adventure, and emotion, making it a timeless classic for audiences of all ages. Let us know if it's your vote.
I watched this movie way too many times. Thanks, Emma. So I am curious if this is everybody's vote. Who is your favorite character? Thank you for joining me. This is my recap of Toy Story. So this is my recap of Monsters Incorporated, 2001 Disney/Pixar movie. I'm very impartial to this movie. I absolutely love it. We meet Mike and Sully, who are a team at the Monsters factory. They collect screams, and that energy is used to run the world in the Monsters universe. Well, they're a great team. Mike is definitely one of the champions. He is a monster that goes into the rooms, and Sully moves to tanks and inspires him, and they very much have a partnership. You would think that Sully would be the star, but he very much shares it with Mike. They're best friends. We do see some villains. Randall is the obvious villain in the movie. He even cheats to fill up his tanks because there's a competition going. And in this competition, they have to fill up the most tanks. And Randall's determined to win. Sully and Mike are too, but they want to do it fairly. But they do practice. So they get themselves in a bit of trouble because they accidentally, one night, let one of the kids out. And in this universe, they think the kids are like poison and dangerous, and you don't want to get infected by them. So this is a very big deal. And her name is Boo. And Boo loves Sully. And Sully loves Boo. Well, they're trying to find a way to get her back. But in the meantime, they run into a lot of trouble. One night they go to a restaurant with her, not kind of wanting to go to a restaurant. They do. The monsters see her. They think that she's in danger. The place gets shut down. No one knows who let this kid out, who dressed her up as a monster. Randall was kind of onto them. So is their boss, who is a villain, but in secret. And so Sully are trying to get her home and back to her door. The door is very important. They just don't want to stick her in any door because it could not be her door and she wouldn't make it home and she'd be lost. And after all, there are a lot of doors throughout the whole world. So they're trying to get her home. While they're trying to get her home, they're getting chased. People are trying to kidnap Boo. And Sully and Mike show how much they really are a team by sticking together. Even when Mike does just want to stick Boo in any old door, Sully doesn't let him because he loves Boo. And Boo loves her. We see all the doors and flying. This is my favorite part of the movie. And we see Mike and Sully and Boo trying to get to the door. And jumping and getting chased by Randall. Coolest thing about Randall is he changes colors, by the way. So neat. So he changes into the door colors, so it's really hard to see him sometimes. They do eventually get to the door and get her home, but it's hard to say goodbye to Boo. The one thing they did learn from Boo, though, is they don't need to scare the kids. They can make them laugh. And guess what? It makes even more energy than scaring the kids. So that was a really cool lesson that Mike and Sully get to share with the factory and make their jobs fun versus scary. I think the biggest thing is all the Easter eggs in this movie. So if you're watching it, look for all the Pixar stuff that they have throughout this movie and the friendship. So this is my recap of Monsters Incorporated. Let me know if it's your vote. Also, let me know who your favorite character is. All right, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to vote, 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 comment section, and our community page.